Okay, so I'm Cynthia Becker, and I'm the host of the reality series CPS the Horror Stories. My light is always so bright, it like glares out my face. I'm not an attorney or a social worker, but I am a mom who had her children kidnapped by CPS. Um, After 2 years of fighting, I did get my kids back. And so the point of me doing this show is just to reveal the corruption and the trauma and all the negative things that CPS does to families, and how it just really hurts and tears apart our families. And it isn't just for a little while, it lasts for the rest of our lives. So April, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and tell me where you're from and what you do, and then we'll start hearing your story.
Okay, my name is April Dimaio. I live in Wellsboro, Tioga County, Pennsylvania. My son, 7 years old, I went to a domestic violence shelter to protect my son, and they promised my son that he'll come back to me after his tutoring, and they literally did a pinky promise, and they never returned him back to me.
Now, why did that happen? Why were you in a shelter?
His father came after him to kill him, and I was protecting my son from him being stabbed, and from him. His dad counted these bullets, cop bullets. How many bullets is it going to take to kill mommy? He's like, I know it's only going to take one to kill you. He never wanted his son. He never wanted me to even have him, because I lost his one twin due to the violence in the past, and I had a 3-year PFA on him. And CYS basically, and the courts wanted us to, quote, quote, get along and do these parental things together. So dummy me was like, okay, sitting there on the stand, I felt like I was being put on the spot. So I was like, okay, then, I let him stay on my couch, because the place across the street was going to be for rent. And I said he could see what he does and get to know his dad and stuff. And I muttered on my breath, and I'm like, not going to last I said, it won't last more than a couple of days. And they're like, oh, what's that supposed to mean? And I'm like, just watch. And 2 days later, he wanted to go after my son. And CYS told the judge that I wasn't trying to protect him. I was going to try to bring him back to the house. Just told this judge a whole bunch of lies, and the judge actually believed her.
Wow. So, how long has he been gone?
It'll be a year. And CYS also let my mom know, which is an ordained minister, let her know that don't worry, your grandson will be with his mom after the tutoring. They're both safe, this, that, and the other. So if they can lie to a minister, they can lie anywhere.
Yeah. So what happened? You said that he went to his appointment and they took him from there?
They drove him to his appointment to tutoring while I was straightening out for schoolwork and some other things that he had to get done. And, where are you going to be? And I said, I can't think right now. I said, let me take care of this first, and I'll let you know after the session, the meeting. And they said, okay, that's fine. And then after the meeting, I was talking to a lady named Michelle, and she helped me ease my mind and calm down. And I said, I'm going to stay in Wellsboro because it's going to be closer to his doctor. It's going to be closer to his therapy. And she's like, okay, well, you just let. They met me at the shelter, and I let them know what I decided, wise choice. She's like, I'll be on my way, and we'll be on our way back. They never brought him back.
Where did he go?
Into foster care.
Okay, so no family members?
Nope, they never even contacted next of kin.
So what's been going on this year?
Oh, a whole bunch of he said, she said stuff. His father was stalking us for a while. My fiance passed away on May 11th, and he used to stalk us and put flashlights in the house and come on out, Limpy, come and fight, because he lost a foot due to his diabetes and the war and stuff, or being in the military. So yeah, and then they made it out in court saying that I've been stalking him and I'm doing this, that, and the other. And I'm like, okay. And every time I call the police, it goes against me. So I stopped calling the police. And then My son's constantly begging, asking me when am I coming home. He's in his home 3 now because of his behaviors. They're trying to talk me into allowing him to be put on medication. I don't want him being medically controlled. It's been said in court that due to the concussion and due to this, that, and the other is why, he's the way he is. But CYS keeps saying that, oh, they're making excuses and I'm doing this, that, and the other. And what else has he been saying, Frank? That I'm making excuses and I'm trying to lie and manipulate people. They try to get my family turned away against me.
They said all that same stuff about me. I'm crazy.
Yeah. And they're trying to say that I'm not stable. They're trying saying a lot of stuff. And, they're like, oh, she's going back 5 years of paperwork. Well, yeah, the genetic stays with you.
So what kind of things were on your case plan?
I really don't know, honestly. My counselor's trying to figure that out too. She says, if you read through the reports, it's repeating itself, but in different ways.
Right.
I'm fun.
Were you in foster care as a child or no?
No, I wasn't. No. He has 4 older siblings, and we've been asking for them to call in or make contact with them, and nothing's been said yet for them to talk to their siblings. So I call sometimes on my visits on my days.
So now what?
I don't know. This Friday, what is it, the 12th? The 12th, they're going to try to stop my visits altogether. All contact.
And why?
They claim they want me to, get on with my life or something. They want me to figure out everything, and I'm like, I raised 4 kids on my own. I think I know what I'm doing.
How old are the other kids, you said?
My oldest will be 30.
Okay, so they're all older.
Yeah.
I was going to ask if they were taken too.
No.
This makes me so sad.
It's messed up because, he has a mild disability and he still doesn't get that why he was taken. He's like, he keeps pointing at them. Well, they promised I was going back home. And these past 2 Mondays he's a therapy dog. Stop. I'm okay. Sorry. These past 2 Mondays have been really, really tough on him. He clung to me like a suction cup. And I said, honey, you got to get down, go. They said that they're not going to return me to you. And they're not going to let me see you anymore. And his tears just poured down on me. And I just started crying. I couldn't hold it back. And I said, you have to let the adults know how you feel. Because he was whispering in my ear. And he's like, no, I can't. They won't listen to me.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
And they wouldn't even tell me the one time that he had a meltdown. They wouldn't even tell me where he was at. I made the calls to the local hospitals and I found where he was at and I found out what happened. And it wasn't really necessary for them to call 911 because Carrie told them in the report for them to call 911. And I read the report to Carrie. I said, my son couldn't write the letter W and he got mad. You're going to punish him for that?
What services is he getting? Any?
Well, because he's not in my care, I don't think he's getting what I was getting for him. As it was said in the mom's care, he'll get all of the behavior and all the support back in the home. And because they can't get that kind of support in the home that he's at, or however it was explained. I tried explaining to them, I said, the only time that I had it was when he had his concussion from the car accident. That was with the school district. And I said, other than that, he's been fine. He has his.
How
I'm
often do you
sorry?
get to see him?
They cut me down to once a week face to face for 2 hours, and then one Zoom visit at the building for 30 minutes, where I used to get 3 days a week.
Sounds like they're trying to put pressure on you to make you just give up.
Yeah.
Don't.
No, I won't. And you know, I don't want. I know they keep saying, "Oh, I'm harping about the bad." You know, they keep allowing him in these visits, drunk and high off his behind. And the one time, I can't remember who told me about it. So I contacted Carrie and Christine. What happened during the visit? Nothing happened during the visit. The visit went good. And I'm like, so an ambulance and the police didn't get called? And they all stuttered, how do you know about that? I was like, so it happened, didn't it?
Yeah.
So apparently he got violent. He was drunk and violent, combative, as they call it. And they had to call the police and the ambulance on him.
Wow.
They allowed that in front of my son. And I said, how many times did you allow that to happen? And he also had to send a knife, like a picture of a knife, like he was going to kill CYS and kill his workers and stuff. But yet they're still allowing him to see my son. You know? And
Yeah.
what he did to me, he did to a neighbor. And he went to court for that. And guess what happened? He got off on that too. And he took off to Derby.
They always seem to get off easy, don't they?
His case is closed. And this guy is in and out of prison. He doesn't have any concept of what real life is, if I'm making sense of it, because prison is his home. That's all he knows. And I don't want my son having that negative footstep in his life.
Right. Do you have an attorney? Is it court appointed or?
I do have a new attorney. The last attorney quit because I found out that it was supposed to come back to me, which is why I'm missing a front tooth. I was supposed to go to court a week after I got home out of the shelter, and he was supposed to come home to me. And Judge Wheeler denied me and denied the PFA for me to keep the PFA. And I passed out and I had a seizure, but everybody thought that I was faking. And now I'm missing a front tooth. I had to get some of my teeth surgically removed too. And I found out recently that my attorney, Walrath, was supposed to, he could have petitioned that or a modify, I can't remember the term for it. And I questioned him about it. There was a lot of things that I learned that I didn't know. And I was questioning him about it, and he quits. He
Right.
tries to sit there and say I dragged his name in the mud. And I'm like, well, you're the one who wasn't being honest. So now this new attorney, I want to meet him before the case, but he's not returning my calls.
Wow.
But thank you.
And being that his dad's case is closed, does he have any part of custody of him?
He's not on the birth certificate. They keep trying to force me to bring in the real birth certificate. And I said, well, you guys have a copy. That's all you need. They're like, oh, no, we need the original. No, they did force me to do the DNA. And that day they forced me to do a DNA. They lied on the stand and said I was saying things to my son. And I'm like, how can I say stuff to my son when I was in another room?
Yeah.
So that's another time that one of my visits got decreased. On his end, he has unsupervised phone calls with my son, where I had to have supervised phone calls and supervised Zoom visits for him.
I hated all of that.
I know.
What would you tell people that are going through this right now?
Don't stop fighting. Keep your head up. Be your son. Be your child's voice, like what we all are doing. Just keep on doing it. Don't let them scare you. Don't let them let the I can't think of it. Think of the word. Don't let them do these little tiny threats on you. Just keep at it. Keep going. You be your child's voice.
Do you have a court-appointed attorney or regular attorney? I know I asked. I don't remember what you said.
A court appointed.
And how are they handling your case?
They're not very.
No.
No, they're not very good at it.
So what do you feel that you can do to change the course of this case right now?
I don't know.
What are they adding? What things are they adding?
They're saying that I'm not doing parenting classes, and they'll add more time for me to do parenting classes. They'll sit there and say I'm not doing things. Oh, I can't remember the name of the courses, and I'm like, they come to my home. Just like, for example, today, they knew this lady was supposed to come to my home, knowing that's my time frame to talk to my son. So it's like they do those things kind of on purpose.
Wow.
So I miss these things. Court that I didn't show up. All I know is I'm going to keep doing what I got to do, and if I keep adding more, I'll keep adding more. I have been looking for work, so hopefully I can hire a real attorney, but not many people are hiring right now.
How would you feel if we did another meeting, another interview when your case closes, so I can find out what happened?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll be willing.
Okay. Is there any other things that you want to say about your case?
Anything else, Frank? And they lie on the stand up there. I can't believe they do that. And this girl, I mean, I had all good social workers before for me in the past, because they're trying to sit there and say medical neglect and all that. Where Daniel's accident attorney was like, we had to do XYZ in order to build the case. They didn't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Yet I got the proof saying that the medical neglect was unfounded. And then they try to turn around and say that I had Munchausen or something.
Munchausen by proxy.
Yeah.
I knew that was going to be something they'd throw at you. I knew that when they said he doesn't have anything wrong or whatever it was, I knew that was going to be something against you.
Yep. And then that got dropped. And just so it's just like every time they're just trying to find something to keep my son in the system.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, when do you go back to court?
August 12th at 9 a.m.
Okay. Well, let me know what happens, and then I want to interview you again when you get your son back.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
All right.
All righty, thank you.
Thanks for coming on. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.